used. But I have had some like serious hair health journeys. And so I do like all the things to make sure that it's as healthy as possible. And we
You
go
will
through our ups
wear
and downs, the red light hat,
yes.
every serum you could possibly imagine.
Oh, if you hear like the rice, what was it? The rice water. You're like,
I'll be cooking
I
it for
did this.
days.
And I'm like, Kim, you do it and then you're on to the
Onions,
next.
cloves,
Yes.
everything in a shampoo. But like it works, you know, I'll do like the stem cell injections in my scalp, like everything to make sure that it's as healthy as possible.
Yeah, but you just love a beauty treatment. You love to experiment.
I do.
If you could only pick one beauty treatment for the rest of your life, do you have a favorite?
I mean, Botox, probably.
That's a good one.
Or just like a really good facial by Char. Yeah, I love a red light situation.
It's a tough one. That pod you have to get, the longevity pod.
I saw that. I know.
You really, really do. I do want to talk about Kardashian Closet a little bit because I feel like we get a lot of hate for Kardashian Closet.
We do.
But I think you should explain the backstory and the foundation of it and why it's so important because of Cece.
Yeah.
And
so our cousin Cece is fashion obsessed. I know you know this, but like her dream of life was to go to a fashion show. And when she finished some chemo, you know, she's been battling cancer for like 30 years. And sometimes it gets really, really bad. And so she can't, it's in her lymph nodes, so she can't probably work as regular. And she loves fashion. She would want a job in fashion. So she would always ask us, like, what do you guys do with your stuff when you're finished wearing it? Like, can I start a site? And we'll start, I don't know if you remember, but Courtney and I, and maybe you, were going to open up a store before Dash called Poor Little Rich Girl. We trademarked it. It was going to be consignment clothes, like designer clothes, before the Real, before all of those like stores. This was like before Dash. So we've always had closets and closets full of like stuff that we wanted to purge and get rid of. You know, nice stuff that you
wear once
and spend a lot of money on it. So Cece put together this site. She now employs a team of people and has an office, and they photograph everything and they ship it out. And it's like a site like the Real in a small way of just our things. But it's funny because people we know and our friends shop on it all the time and love it. And the stuff is great. And like vintage sites have bought off of it and told me when they buy things. So,
well, it's really a beautiful story because Cece, you know, I think that we all are really hardworking women. And I think we know that when you have something to get up and to work for, you feel so much better about yourself. And Cece, being in chemo and radiation and all the things, there were days that she couldn't work as consistently, and other days she really wanted to get out and do something. And so by her having this job, she said it really gave her a will to fight. It makes her feel good about things.
Of course.
She gets a commission off of every sale. And so, of course, we can easily give to the Real. We can easily sell on a third-party site, but we do so on our own because we want to give to Cece and make Cece feel good and like that she has something to do every day, and it gives her something, purpose. And so I love that we do that. And
me too.
People that talk, they just talk, but they don't understand that there's so much story and history behind it.
And listen, like I used to take my stuff back in the day. I didn't have the money. So like if I wanted to buy new things, I would have to sell things.
You did eBay.
Yeah. And I used to sell everything on eBay. And that's kind of how I feel like, you know, we're still on budgets. We still like have things that we try to be responsible with. And so like if I sell some things and make a certain amount, then I can, you know, buy with that. I still budget my life out and love living like that.
Let's talk about our parenting styles.
Yeah.
Where do you think you and I are alike, and where do you think we're different?
I think you're really strict, and I love that. And you're very structured. I don't think you're strict, actually. That's the wrong word. I think you're just very scheduled and micromanaged.
Thank you.
To the moment.
I agree with that.
So I actually think you're lenient. I think your kids are a little too young for you to feel what it's like when one of them wants to be extremely expressive in a different way than you would.
I agree with that. I don't know what teenagers are like. But don't you think North, I'm trying to remember, at like 7 or 8, I felt like she still was very Like she knew what she wanted at that age too.
She knew what she wanted since the moment
she was born.
Getting born to the song Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh
Courtney and I talk about this all the time. Kanye was DJing, so he put on Bohemian Rhapsody for the moment she came out. And isn't it so her? Courtney and I like cry laughing thinking of this moment.
Oh my gosh.
Of just like...
I was in the room. I don't remember that.
Yeah. And how it's just so like her.
North.
You know? So that's such a weird fact.
What a random song.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that song.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Like when I listen to it, I just like get emotion.
I didn't remember that.
Yeah, Courtney remembers every detail. Her memory, I didn't remember it. And it's something that I would have written in the book. So I asked Courtney years ago, like, hey, what was the song in all the rooms that I like to write all the memories and just have random facts? And she's like, you don't remember? It was Bohemian Rhapsody.
She's nuts. She does remember everything.
Yeah. And I was like, of course it was.
Being a mom of older kids, like teenagers, do you wish you did something different when they were younger?
I treat my two older kids a little bit, I have like stricter rules for my two little kids. And so my two older kids have devices. My two little kids don't. It's interesting. Your first two kids, they're like growing up with you. Right. We're figuring it all out together. And then you learn and you realize you want to maybe do things differently. And luckily I have, Shy and Sam that like I could try that with. And like that's really worked for us. But like maybe at this age, the other kids had a phone. So it's like a little bit unfair, but it's the rules. And
they don't know the difference, though.
I'm stricter now, but
they don't know that Saint and North had a phone at that age.
Exactly. Well, they tell them.
Well, but
they know.
That's their word versus
no, totally.
Prove it.
But it's I wouldn't like change anything. I think like I have such a great relationship with my kids. They love me, they respect me, they're great. Every kid has, phases and have these growing moments and learning moments, and we've gotten through all of that, and we're like, I just love how they just grow and evolve.
So many of my listeners have told me that they're rethinking what healthy actually looks like for them. I've been hearing from friends, and one brand that kept coming up was Weight Watchers. 84% of members say that Weight Watchers help them lose weight the healthy way. What surprised my friends most is how much it's changed. This isn't the Weight Watchers people remember from years ago. The app has been completely reimagined, and it feels modern, flexible, and genuinely supportive. Whether you're focused on weight management without medication, or you're curious about GLP-1s, I want to be clear, I'm not currently using a GLP-1, but I've always been open about my health journey. And what I respect about Weight Watchers is how thoughtfully they approach it. There's real education, real structure, and real support. No pressure, no shame. For those exploring medication, Weight Watchers offers access to affordable GLP-1 options, including the new Wegovy pill, and has doctors and experts guiding you every step of the way. And according to Weight Watchers, 72% of MedPlus members say the GLP-1 Success Program helps reduce medication side effects. And members are losing 29% more weight when they engage with the Success Program versus taking medication alone. This is about sustainable health, how you eat, how you move, and how you feel day to day. No gimmicks, no quick fixes, just science-backed support from a brand that's helped tens of millions of people over the years. If you're ready to do this in the way that actually fits in with your busy life, this is your sign. Go to WeightWatchers.com and use code Khloé for an extra 20% off your first month. That's 20% off your first month at WeightWatchers.com with code Khloé. Offer applies to select plans, restrictions apply, and the offer ends May 31st, 2026. Lately, I've been so into finding easy ways to add more protein into my day. I feel like I'm on this mission where every snack, every little moment, I'm like, okay, where can I add a little more protein? Living in my new protein era, my Starbucks order fits right in there with me. I've been loving my iced vanilla protein latte, customized totally my way. Blonde espresso, an extra shot obviously, and that vanilla protein cold foam on top. It's creamy, it's delicious, and it gives me that little extra boost I'm always reaching for without having to change anything dramatic in my life. Of course, my cloud popcorn is my go-to snack for sneaking in protein. And now being able to pick it up on my Starbucks trips just makes my coffee runs even better. I really think everyone deserves a moment that feels like their personal moment. For me, grabbing my Starbucks and sneaking more protein into my day wherever I can has become my new little obsession. If you're like me and want more protein in your everyday life, Starbucks makes it really easy. You can try the protein cold foams or even add the protein boosted milk to your usual drink. It still tastes like your favorite order, just with a little extra something. Honestly, I just love that Starbucks is entering this protein era right alongside me. Level up and add protein to your favorite Starbucks drink. And of course, you can order now on the Starbucks app. Does it bother you, the scrutiny that you get for the way that maybe you allow North to
Express herself?
Like, do you think that's fair?
I'm just not a judgmental person like that, so I try not to pay attention to it. But I think that no one knows unless they're in my shoes of what I'm dealing with and how we have to manage certain things from the outside world or even close in our life that we have to go through together. So I think like the one misconception that people might have is like, oh, she's trying to be her bestie and lets her get away with a lot. Like, no, Northie actually has a lot of rules. The one area is I do let her express herself and I do let her do that. I love her for that. And she would do it, regardless. It's funny, like people are like, oh, this blue hair, all of this, all of a sudden, or like her fake piercings that she puts up or her, I have pictures of her when we're in first grade, pre-K, where she'd come with like a fake septum ring and she has her green braids and she has pink braids but she's always loved the colored braids in her hair since she was little. Like she really is who she is and always has been that girl.
Unapologetically.
And so like I nurture her. She is homeschooled and a lot of it is me helping her do a lot of the teachings and the things that we do, but we do a lot of realistic courses, things that she's really into. Math, we'll give budgets and we'll go around and we'll get stuff and we'll add it all up and subtract it all and she has a brand building class. It's like an actual course and a curriculum.
More interactive learning than
fully
textbook
interactive learning. And so she had an idea of making hats and making jewelry and all the things she wanted to make. So we made it a course and she has to do the web design and she has to do the budgeting and she has to go to the stores and get materials and sewing. And we do like full fashion courses and she goes to, in the summers, like to FIT in New York and goes to fashion camp, and loves these more interactive experiences. And so I nurture her, but it's a full-time job, even for me and her teacher. And I think people don't realize like I'm with her and the kids 24/7. And it's like, I've now added like a teacher to my role because she wants me involved in all the things. And, I took like the last 6 months off to be able to really do that and do her courses and get the curriculum from her teachers and be there in the room with her. And it's been a lot. And it's been so fun to see her blossom and even like her music course at school. She'd do a regular like music course and learn certain things. But at home, she'll do an 8-hour music studio session where she's producing and writing. And a part of, I'll add her writing out all of her lyrics as a part of her spelling tests. And we do all of the things at home that she really enjoys and are challenging. And I think they would be like proud to see like how smart she really is and how creative she really is. And I can only dream that my children all find a passion and a purpose as young as she has.
Well, and I think it's really inspiring and beautiful the way that you do nurture her passions and that you are so accepting of them. Like she's 12 and I know she loves producing, and she's doing
Loves.
that now, and you encourage that. And I know on Alex Cooper, you talked a little bit about you and Ye's relationship and where you guys stand now. And I think it's important to say you and Ye have really bonded over North's producing. You guys are now in a much better place
Yeah.
because
And
of
I
that.
think that, I'm a really empathetic person. I mean, at the end of the day, we're always family. I always look at it that way, no matter what's going on. There are times when I have to be super protective, and there are times when, at any moment, I would love that relationship. And I've always talked about that. The music side and the producing isn't my thing, and that's her bonding thing with her dad. But even just like coming up with stuff, we have to communicate about how North like moves through that world and all these like opportunities that come her way, and
Mhm.
having to filter that and like respecting his opinion on the things that go on with his kids is really important.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think,
You're so good at doing that.
I think it's important for the kids. You just kind of have to put all the other stuff aside.
Do your kids still sleep in your room?
They do.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I know you
They
always want to like
do.
apologize for that, but
Lala's in town and she
Mhm.
loves to sleep in my room. I have this like massive bed, and everyone's like, why doesn't she sleep in the guest room? And Saint was just like at my door, like, this is not fair, or I'm going to sleep in between you guys, or I'm going to sleep on
I
the
know
floor
Saint is
right next to
obsessed
you.
with Kim. And like literally, I remember Kim was like, I have to go. He heard me saying, like, oh, I'm going to Paris with your mom. And he's like, how
You're
many
going to
days
put,
I need to approve this?
he
Like,
needs to, and he needs to know my whole schedule. Like, how many days am I going to be gone? He always like cries when I leave, like calls me every time. We have a
say
Life
about the pillow or
360.
whatever that he hears your
Oh,
voice.
when I leave, I make my kids this like little, the like recording device that's in a Build-A-Bear. I got like the heart that like just the recorder, and I leave the messages like, I love you so much. I'm going to be back soon. And I leave them like, I'll say a prayer because we say our prayers together every night. So one is just like a prayer that they can play on repeat if our timing is off or something. They love them, and he
So
keeps it in his
cute.
pocket when he is like out. And it's so cute to
He's obsessed
see.
with you.
It's so cute.
But yeah, talk about
I'm
your
obsessed with them.
Life 360. What is
Oh,
it?
yeah.
That's what it's
We have
called,
a
right?
Life 360 app. Obviously, the only kids with a device, like North and Saint and myself. Saint will be checking it, and he'll just be like, Mom, you're here. When are you going to head home? I see you're here. Mom, did you land? I see on the app, like you're just landing. Or are you on the plane yet? He makes me text him when I take off, when I land. It's so cute.
It's so cute. Let's talk about the show a little bit.
Hmm.
When you look back, do you ever watch old episodes?
I don't really,
No.
but I'm not like opposed to it. Like, I
When you see
love that the
clips,
first 20 seasons are coming back on Hulu.
Hulu, when you see old clips,
I love it.
you love it?
I love
I
it.
was going to say, do you cringe? Are you like,
No, sometimes there's cringy moments, but like other than that, it's like the best home movies, like
the
so well
best?
shot. Like we have so much documented.
So much of it.
It's been like 20 years.
Yeah. And so much of it, I forget that we even did. We were all in Idaho and it was just on TV, the old Keeping Up. And random stuff was just on TV. And I was like, when did we ever do this? There's no recollection. I think we just filmed so much. But think about having literally every single day of your life filmed for like 15 years.
Yeah.
And it's just there. Don't even want to know
Yeah.
what's on the editing floor. Who knows? Was there ever a moment that you didn't want something filmed, but they filmed it and it turned out for the better? I think. I know a few.
Really?
But like the Bentley fight, I don't think at the time.
It's funny, like Mom and Courtney like want us like pull back a lot. And I'm just like, why?
Let it go.
Courtney, when I said, I got married in Italy. She got married in Italy. When I said that whole
Yeah.
thing, she's like, you look like a lunatic. You have to take this out. You look insane. I go, perfect. Put it on. It's making it. And she's like, no, I'm telling you, like sister to sister, you look crazy. And I was like, good.
I love it.
Like I can really step back and look like from a producer's eye.
Oh, like the fight, the slapping fight,
Oh, yeah. Mom was like, this can never see the
the light of
light
day.
of day. She was freaking out. And I was like, you're not in it. So it is making the cut.
Sisters
care.
don't hit each other. I'm like,
And I'm
yeah,
like,
they
oh,
do.
yeah, they do.
Let's talk about some of the AI dating rumors.
Is this not insane?
It's insane.
No. Insane. You want to know the most and craziest one that people, I think, thought was real?
Which one?
There is a basketball player that I think got traded to the Lakers, Luka. There was like an fake tweet or comment on Instagram. I don't know where it came from, but it was like, hi, you're coming to LA. I want to learn
From you?
Slovakian or whatever language. Who knows? And then there was either, I don't know if he really thought it was me and then he replied.
No.
Or if it was like a fake reply. I don't know at this
Okay.
point, but mine was so fake.
Okay.
And it looks like I'm hitting on this guy. I haven't gone to a Laker game since.
Rob sent, stop because of
Yeah,
that. Rob
yeah.
sent me
Not really because of that, but
Victor Wemby. Rob was like, you're dating, I think he's like 19 or 20, some 19 or 20-year-old basketball player. I was like, not that I know of.
Oh,
my
it
God.
said
And
this
there's
whole
photos
story.
of him and I.
yeah,
AI
the
photos.
is insane. There was a photo, an AI photo of me and Kevin Durant,
Yeah.
and was
KD.
like, if there is ever a basketball player that I would date, he's the one. And
Oh
it
my
said all this
gosh.
stuff, like a real quote from me with a picture. And I'm like, that's absolutely just not true. And I never said that.
It's insane. AI is getting out of control. It's
There was
scary.
even this quote that said, I would have been a billionaire sooner if Jay-Z was my husband or something like, I don't remember. And I was like, who comes up with these fake quotes? How do you stop them? Because once you
And how
send
do
like
you
a
know-
cease and desist, it's
Mhm.
like all these other people have posted it.
But even like you said, you sometimes second guess like the tweets. Like you're like, wait, I have to.
Oh yeah.
Where did
like,
this
is his
stem
real?
from? Right.
I didn't
like,
think mine was real.
No, I don't think that. But then you're like, what is real versus what's fake? Like even the AI photos, or there was, I think, a video I sent you. It was either of you or of North talking, and I sent it to you, and you were like, that is so AI. Like
Yeah.
they're so real, some of them.
Yeah.
And it's really up.
No, it's insane.
I don't like it. The dancing ones we like though.
Yeah. Those
Kim
are funny.
will send the stupidest dancing videos and she laughs until
I'm
like,
like, I am crying.
no,
I
it's
am
streaming down your
crying.
face, and it's very cute. But we're like, okay. But last night you and Kylie were dying over some of those.
Kylie and I were laughing. I'm like, please recreate, please try. And she's like, I don't know if I could even do this move. So funny.
Do you think people would be surprised that you listen to Taylor Swift?
I think I've said it.
I think people would be surprised. Surprised.
Yeah. I mean, it's just I have her, like some of her older songs in my playlist. I've always thought she's like a super talented, great artist.
And do you like country music?
Love country music.
Who's your favorite country?
I mean, I'll always be a Shania Twain girly.
You do love Shania.
I really do.
Yes.
And then like I love Carrie Underwood. I
Oh my God,
love
always you did.
Right?
Yes.
She just came on my playlist. Like
Wasn't it Leanne Rhymes?
love Leanne
Yeah.
Rhymes. That was my song.
There, I remember
like
being
in the
your
car on the way to
Yes.
Arizona,
Yes.
driving to Courtney
The
to
white
college.
BMW.
And I was like CDs at the time.
Yes.
CD singles. So
Oh
I
my
only
God.
had the single of Leanne Rhymes.
The CD book that we had to keep popping.
Yeah, I still have it.
Oh,
still have
think
the
I have one
CD
too.
book.
You're really the first celebrity to openly stage paparazzi shots. Talk about how, when, and why you started doing that.
Okay. It's not like we would know where they were. And
The
so,
plots, yeah.
yeah. And
Like
so
vote
when you,
for Kim.
yeah, vote for Kim was like the first. That was the taste,
So Kim did Dancing with the Stars 2006 or 7, something like that.
something like that.
And
Season
would-
3, I think.
we would walk down
or
Robertson
7.
Boulevard. Definitely not season 7.
No, of Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, I was like, please.
No, we knew, like, we wanted people to vote for me. So we made Vote for Kim t-shirts
We're
and
like,
we
we're
would
going
walk
to
down
Kitson
Robertson.
at Robertson.
So people see us. Like, you knew where they were.
Right.
So you would just go like that huge.
And be desperate.
Totally.
Being desperate was it was cool to be desperate back then.
It is all I wanted.
Yeah.
I lived for it. Like there was times I mean, I said this story once where Jonathan and I went we were at a restaurant and we heard these people, Jonathan just like sees everything like online and was like, oh, Britney Spears is staying at this hotel in New York. So this person at dinner had this like crazy phantom Rolls Royce. Jonathan and I could hardly even get a cab, you know? So we're like, oh, can we get a ride to our hotel? And the guy's like, yeah. And Jonathan and I are like, we'll sit in the back, you sit in the front. So it looks like we got out with a driver.
Oh my God.
At this hotel, and we got out paparazzi everywhere waiting for Britney, you know, at her hotel. They weren't following us at this point, or who knows, maybe they were. But they come out and they're like, Kim, are you here to visit Britney? Are you here? And Jonathan's like, keep your head down and just like, shut up. So we go inside, we go in a phone booth because we're like, we don't know anyone at this hotel. We don't even know if there's like a hotel bar for us to walk in. We go and like hang in the phone booth in this hotel for like 20 minutes. And then we're like, all right, let's go out. And then we come out and they're like, Kim, how was Britney? How was Britney? And Jonathan and I are like, you know, we just like took a cab, I think, from that point because this Rolls Royce person dropped us off. Yeah. But they weren't going to take pictures of us like getting in. So we totally
scammed the system. And it was like on every cover. And we thought we were killing it. Oh, you guys were back
There was a time, and one time Jonathan was like, you have got to stop smiling. Like Victoria Beckham never smiles. So we'd like walk out of like Intermix on Robertson and he would be like, Victoria. And I'd be like, oh,
get it together.
Okay. And I'd like stop smiling because I'd be like, hi guys, you know, to the paps. And he'd be like, Victoria. And I'd be like, oh,
get it together.
Yeah.
Well, you segued this perfectly. I have a guest that's coming.
Who?
Welcome, Jonathan.
No way.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, I was like, no way. We should have called him.
We would have loved to have been here. That was a big mistake on my part.
That was crazy. I love Jonathan. We should call him.
We should call Jonathan.
I think people think we don't talk, you know? Hello.
Oh.
What are you doing?
How sexy you look.
Thank you.
I think I went just at a dinner in Miami.
We were just talking about you.
What's up? Oh, is it good or bad?
We're on we're doing Khloé's podcast. How's Jonathan? And I'm like, I love John. Hold on, I'm calling him. Do you need proof of life?
I'm in Miami, actually. It's like 80 degrees out here.
Oh my God.
Just chill. I'm at like a nice dinner, and it's like a brand new restaurant here in Coral Gables.
Nice.
How's the podcast going?
It's good. We just wanted to give you a little shout out. I said you were at my mom's 70th, and yeah.
That was a fun night, wasn't it?
That was probably one of the best parties in like 15 years. They don't do parties like that anymore.
Right?
They don't.
No.
Yeah.
We used to do, you know, when I did PR, we used to do big events like that. And they were like these kind of parties where like one after the next would come in.
Should we talk about the party?
Know who it is, and it was like the crazy mix.
Oh
and
my
now
God.
it's like everything's so.
Jennifer!
Yes!
Oh my gosh. I want to say this was like the confessions of a danceaholic. So, there was so much in this show. To me, this was like your life being put out there. Is that what the goal was? I know it's like...
It's always kind of like taking who you are. Whenever I put together like a new show, I always think of like, it kind of evolves as I go, and I think about what I want to say and what I want to, you know, what the show is about, and it kind of lives and breathes and grows as it goes. You know what I mean? So with this one, I knew I wanted to like incorporate and do things that I hadn't done, that people who've seen my show for years and years and years, that it just didn't feel like the same show. And I wanted it to be something new and surprising and do things that I had never done and kind of like do the things I've always dreamed of doing on stage and all that kind of stuff. So it was a combination and kind of a tricky thing to put what I was trying to do together. I don't think anybody thought I could really pull it off, but we did.
Your singing was off the charts.
Thank you.
What I mean is there are so many covers that you did as well as your original work.
Yep.
How did you do that? How does Barbara, Rita, Sheeta,
Yeah.
Sonia, they're all proud of you.
Oh, thank you. it's, these are some of my favorite songs.
Mm-hmm.
These are the reasons that I do what I do. That made me want to be a singer and a dancer and an actress are some of these songs that I do in this show. So and just songs that move me. That like the Lana Del Rey song or the Elvis song, or there's songs that I've sung over the years that people don't know that I love, and I just thought they really fit into, like, it's funny how things fall into place and you go, oh yeah, this works right here and this works right there, and it's just a nice ride. I think people, it's a bit more, it's like somebody described it yesterday, it's like a pop concert wrapped in a musical, wrapped in a classic movie. Like, it was like, it's like a rock concert.
Well, it's funny because I saw an interview that you had done about, with Kiss the Spider Woman. I was so glad that you did a number in there. That this was something that, this is kind of, I feel like we're seeing your future play out on stage here as far as what's next for you.
Yeah.
And 2025, you've said, has changed you. Not changed you, it said that it helped you grow.
Yeah.
So how is this kind of emblematic of where you're going to go this year?
It's very emblematic of it, because the thing is I think for a long time I was afraid to do certain things or go out of the kind of places where I was already successful, right? Which was a lot of places, so I had a lot of room to play, but there was also things that I hadn't done, that I hadn't got the opportunity to do, that now it's like you go, well, I can make that happen. I'm going to make that happen. And so that's kind of where I'm at. And yes, it does have a lot to do with doing Kiss of the Spider Woman for the first time and doing my first musical and getting to sing these songs in this show in this way. So I'm excited. And I'm excited for people to see this show too.
Oh, it's great. I felt like going to Vegas to see the J-Lo show, and I felt like it was on Broadway. Do you know what I mean?
It could be. Yeah, it maybe could be. Yeah.
And I think maybe it will someday, right? I know that's for your Broadway musical. So obviously so inspired by so many legends, and you talk about the legacy of Rita and Cheetah. What is your legacy, Jennifer?
Mine?